A lot of Americans living in China are now be able to tell a lot of people in America why they need to move to China. A lot of Americans are now finding new homes in China, new work in China, new environments in China, new this in China, no high pay of rent, no high pay of electricity. It is conducive, it is comfortable, the apartment is big. A lot, and a lot. Anyways, I have a lot of things to say at the end of this video, but first of all, let me allow you guys enjoy the clips that I have for you guys so that you guys can actually watch and let me know what you guys think from the sincere depth of your heart. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're seeing it, do subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches are going to be seen in our today's episode. And guys, with that being said, let's dive right into this video just for educational purpose, not to come here and bash anyone. But let's go and check out reasons why they are actually falling in love with China and they want every single American to move to China. Let's go there, guys.
We're Black Americans living in China, and this is how much we spent in a day. Not gonna lie, we woke up a little bit late, but we had the taste for Cheesecake Factory, so we booked a taxi. And the special thing about this taxi that we booked, they had water, Wi-Fi, you could change the temperature, and you can even change the music in the car. It only took us around 30 minutes to get to Cheesecake Factory, and the taxi only cost us $4 USD. We finally made it to Cheesecake Factory, and not gonna lie, we have been craving this for a while, and man, the service was amazing. I promise this video is not sponsored. They had awesome service. We were greeted right at the door. And I mean, the vibes were great. They were playing Western music. It was just a whole vibe. Like, I cannot believe we have never been to Cheesecake Factory. Literally, the food was so good. Let's just say we'll be making another visit soon for sure. MJ ordered chicken biscuits and gravy, and not gonna lie, I missed the hot walk in America, so I ordered the orange chicken, and man, it tastes just like I remembered in America. Also, the servings were quite big, so you know we had to save the rest for later. They wasn't lying when they said Cheesecake Factory was expensive. We ended up actually spending $100 USD on our food. Afterwards, we decided to look around in the city and work off a little bit of that appetite. If y'all haven't noticed in the previous videos, my glasses were broke, so we were feeling a little luxury, and we booked an E-Class Mercedes to go get me some new glasses. And man, look at that E-Class. It looks so nice and private, and I swear, you guys, we were not expecting him to wear gloves and a suit. That is crazy. This ride took us around 25 minutes, and it only cost $12 USD. Not gonna lie, that Cheesecake Factory broke the bank a little bit, so we came to a college-friendly eyeglasses store. And they had some great prices in here, y'all. The only thing wrong with my glasses was the right leg of it was broke, so we literally just got them to pop in my lenses to a new pair, and it only cost us $27 USD. And of course, they rarely get foreigners, and they asked us for pictures. The only thing is they had to reshape the lenses to my new frames, so I had to go around blind for the rest of the day. It was already a long day for us, so we didn't feel like picking up the glasses 3-4 hours later, so we hired a Meituan delivery driver to pick them up for us. That only cost us $4 for him to go to the store and to come to us, but of course, you know we tip. And the glasses look pretty good if I do say so myself. And for dinner, we ended up eating leftovers from Cheesecake Factory, of course. And today's grand total ends us with $148 USD. Follow for more videos like this.
What's up, TikTok? 10 years ago, I left the U.S. and came to China, and I've been living here since 2012. And I just want to give you a little bit of my experience or my advice or my ideas of an American living in China for 10 years. And I see what's going on back home, and it saddens me. China is not our enemy, period. They'll throw words around like communism, communist, but you got to realize America started off also as a communist country. This word communism is not a bad word. It's what we all partake of every day. Back home, if you're a Christian and you take communion, the word comes from communism. It's the same thing, you're sharing. When you drink that little grape juice and pretend like it's blood of Jesus, you're communion. Part of communism, same thing. If you go to a picnic or a barbecue, you bring something to eat, you share with everybody else what you're doing, you're communing. You're being part of a communist organization. You're being part of communism. So this is not a bad word, and it's being misrepresented all the time. When China started out many years ago, China was very poor. After the Japanese invasion, they had to rebuild. So they had to be a communist party because they had to share. For a village to survive, They had to share. That means everybody had to bring something to put into the pot and share with each other. Now, today, China is only communism by name. It's very much a capitalist country, very much part of a capitalist country, very much a mixed economy. 10 years ago, I came here. Now I own a business here, bought a house, got married, and I was able to do all that as a part of capitalism. So don't be fooled when they're throwing these words around like communism this. Communism and authoritarianism are two different things. Yes, China is authoritarianism. However, America is on its way to becoming authoritarianism too, if you don't stop it. So what's the idea? What's the point? What's the idea behind trying to go to war with China? It makes no fucking sense. You guys got outsmarted. Our government was outsmarted. You allowed China to show the truth, how true democracy is made. Going abroad to other countries and making deals, not going around to other countries and making war. You see how it's done? See how it's supposed to be done? And so now you feel embarrassed because China showed you how to do it the right way, and now you want to go to war. Don't let them do it, people. Because I guarantee you, nobody wants to fight in another war. Remember when Bush took us to war with Iraq, Afghanistan? And it was China that bailed us out after Bush broke our economy, made us poor, and we got all that money from China. Imagine somebody borrows money from you, and then it's time to pay them back, so you start calling them your enemy. That's some cowardice bullshit right there. No, they're not our enemy. Your enemies don't loan you money. It's fucking pathetic. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent free thinker. So I'm not a slave mind like most of you, or like, should say, some of you. So you better fight it. You better do what you can to avoid this shit from happening, because nobody wants to go to another war, especially one that they cannot win. We lost a war to people running around in the desert with sandals and pickup trucks. You really think you're going to win a war against China and Russia? So people are not going to go fight in that battle. And then on top of that, your country's going to start to bring back the draft, because nobody's going to want to join the military. Y'all better wake up. China's a great place, and they are not our enemy.
American who's been to 100 countries, and I have to tell you, China is the most technologically advanced country I've ever seen in my life. This is a random shopping mall in a not so crazy of a city in China, and look at the design of this place. Like, this is not Beijing, this is not Shanghai, this is not a city you've basically ever heard of, and the shopping mall is not above ground, it's dug into the ground, 3 different floors. You have whatever in the world this is. What in the world is this? It's not an infinity waterfall, it's an entire building of infinity waterfall. Guys, you might be wondering, where are all the people? The thing is, in China, there's just so much cool stuff that there's not so many people at any of it, because everyone's like, a little bit of people are here, a little bit of people there at the same time. This is absolutely insane. Like, I have zero affiliation with China. I booked a flight here because you could come here for free for 10 days. And out of the 100 countries, I have never been this blown away by the technology and by the architecture. Before, it was Japan. I thought Japan was like the top. China is twice as far as Japan in these things. If you want to come to a crazy place that will really set your mind to the future, China's.
I'm gonna tell y'all the difference between paying rent in China versus paying rent in America. I'm gonna give you the whole rundown from start to finish. So I have a 4-bedroom condo in China, 2 bathrooms, balcony, top floor, nice view. I'm gonna show y'all whenever I go back. I'm not there right now. but I'm gonna show y'all when I go back. So the whole process, what it took for me to get this apartment. I had my translator go on the Chinese app and I scrolled through, I don't know how many apartments. They had so many apartments available for rent. Found the one that I liked, called the owner, set up the appointment. Bro, I literally moved in the next day. I didn't have to do no credit check. Nobody asked me for my income. I didn't have to show nobody my bank account. I literally just signed the contract, 2-year lease, passport, paid the cash. Look, fully furnished apartment. I didn't need to buy no couch, no chairs, no bed, no counters, no TV, no dryer, washing machine. Everything came with the apartment. $600 a month, water included, and just like little stuff like toothpaste, soap, a couple extra blankets. That's it. I was set. So I paid the deposit, but I get that back whenever my lease up. It's so hard for some people to move into an apartment just off their credit. So the fact that I can go to a country I don't even speak the language and have so much freedom is crazy. Some people might comment and say, oh, $600 expensive in China. Y'all gonna find a way to complain. Why when somebody is trying to motivate and inspire people to travel, y'all want to be negative? When the last time rent has been $600 in America? In the 2000s? 25 years ago? 20 years ago? Well, what's the problem? I'm not understanding. Y'all don't know Chinese people. I have real Chinese friends that barely speak English. Trust me, y'all think they so cheap? Chinese people are the definition of wealth. Want to experience a rich lifestyle? Hang around Chinese people. American rich and Chinese rich is two different things. I'm telling you right now, I experienced it. I know people that's making 40 million a year and they've been doing this for the last 5-10 years. Guess what? They don't even like foreign cars. What's the first thing you see a millionaire do in America? You're gonna know he has money from the material stuff that he buys. You'll never know if a Chinese man has money or not. You will always know if an American person has money or not. That's the difference between Chinese people and American people. If you notice in the West, when we start making money like in America, our expenses increase. But Chinese people, their expenses stay low. They know how to manage money. They producers. They produce everything. They don't really consume that much. Like clothes, cars, house. It's people that I know that pay rent. And this is why they continue to make money every single day, every single year, because they know what's an asset and they know what's a liability. If they feel like it's something that's going to make them lose money, they're going to cancel it. But here in America, even though we're going to lose money buying something, we like the image of it. Because people care about image so much here, even though something you can buy can make you lose money and goes down in value, you still buy it because of the image of it. But Chinese people do not care about that. They don't care about image. They want real results. They want a flourishing company. They want to make this amount of money every single day for 10 years. That's the type of goals they got. Make sure y'all follow me on here and Instagram. I'm going to keep y'all updated on my whole journey, what I've seen, what type of opportunities I have. Even if I can help some of y'all go to China, if I can. There's so many opportunities. So I'm going to start making videos to get y'all updated with everything in China. Because I know it's a lot of people that's just missing that one connect that can actually help them and change their life. So if I can be that person, let's do it. This is how I go. It's simple. It sounds unreal, but this is how I go in China. Once you get hired by a good company, they're going to buy your ticket to get there. They're going to help you get all your visa, get everything settled. The next thing they're going to do, they're going to ask you, do you have a family? Because if you have a family, that means they're going to buy you a bigger apartment so your family can be comfortable. They're not going to put you in no small apartment if you have a family of 2, 3, 4. Next, they're going to buy the apartment. They're going to show you videos and photos. Then you can negotiate your own salary. If it's a good company, you can get paid $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month. This is with no apartment, no bills, no expenses. They cover everything. And I'm not Christian or anything, but if you want to go home for the holiday, they can pay for your round trip ticket to go home. I'm so serious. This is not a game. I can show y'all job offers. I can help y'all go to China. Go to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. You can also look at my highlights when I was in China recently. I just came back to America a couple months ago. China is where it's at. I'm telling you, go to China. You're not going to have any expenses. You're going to be able to save money. You're going to be next to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam. I was like 1:30 from Philippines. The flight was $150 round trip to the Philippines. I'm telling you, if you have the chance, get out of America. Get out of America. Bro, nobody's saving money here. Nobody can travel. Nobody can do what they want. You barely can take off work. Why would you want to live 20, 30, 40 years like that? You have no control over your life.
Let's do a little apartment tour in Shenzhou, China. This apartment's 3 beds, 2 baths, and it's only $390 a month. Kitchen is pretty small, but it doesn't matter if you're only cooking for 3 people. This is the living room, and all the apartments in China and most of Asia come furnished, so you don't have to worry about buying anything. My daughter's little turtle that she won. We have this huge balcony that wraps around to my office, and this is also super nice and practical. Like, look how nice this is. They don't really do dryers here, so you have to hang dry everything, but that's so cute. This is my office. We literally moved in 3 days ago, so I have nothing set up, but this is my sewing room, and I love that it has a sliding door here, so my daughter can have her little pool out there and I can watch her while I work. This is the first bathroom. This is her bathroom. She has her own bathroom, which I love. Then we have her bedroom here. She's taking a nap, so I'll be quiet. Then this is the master bedroom. It's super cute, and I love how like this light switch, you can change the setting of the light. And my bathroom. You literally can't beat this for less than $400 a month, which is crazy because my apartment complex that had no amenities, nothing, it was like not even barely updated, wanted to up my rent $400 this year. Increase it $400 this year, where I'm not even paying $400 to live here. And we paid our internet bill like 2-3 days ago when we moved in, and we asked the guy like how much. We paid $50. Like, when do we pay it again, or how do we pay it again, assuming we're gonna have to pay it again like next month or in a couple months. He said it was paid for the year. $50 for the year. I'm like, I pay $70 a month back home. I'm never going home.
I live in China, and you cannot tell me that America is not a scam. Let me tell you why America is a scam. So basically, I got my fiance some brand new Nike shoes for only like $70-something. Do you know how much these would be if I was in America?
So for some reason, it's just like hard for people to really comprehend what I'm saying. Like, when you work in China, bro, they take care of everything. Like, everything I'm telling y'all is 100% true. They take care of you. They give you a free flight there once you get hired. A free apartment, furnished. Everything comes included. You don't have to worry about anything. And no, they're not paying you no cheap salary. When you're going to work there as a foreigner, especially as an American, they're going to pay you comparable to what you get paid here. But the difference is you save a lot more. On top of the free flight there, the free, fully furnished apartment, and sometimes even free meals. Everything is so cheap out there. I'm talking about you don't even have to cook. $2-3 meals that you can buy for yourself. Best public transportation in the world by far. Subway costs less than $1 to take to most places around whatever city you in. Like, these job opportunities are really out there, offering all of these perks, and even more if you got a family. Like, they really look out for their employee. They know as an American, when you're traveling halfway across the world to work for them, you're expecting the best, and they do their best to provide that for you. Like, these opportunities really be clutch and like a fresh breath of air, because as an American myself, experiencing the system and not really liking it, feeling like I'm bogged down and constrained, like being able to leave the country and finally save and still live a great lifestyle at the same time was like amazing to me. And Americans should be more open-minded to exploring these opportunities, because it was absolutely life-changing for me. Like, people got their thoughts about, overseas and China in general, but like, as a 6'8" black man, I was extremely comfortable, safe, had no problems, saved my bread, did what I had to do, enjoyed my life. And then when I wanted to come back home to visit family, did that. Everything was smooth. I couldn't believe how seamless it was for me for going to a foreign country I'd never been to before. Like, I'm really telling y'all be surprised what y'all find out there, because the life I lived there was way better than the one I lived in America, I'm telling you. And I know a lot of y'all can probably relate to, how stuff going on for y'all in America, but for me, that switch.
I'm an American that lives in Hong Kong, and I just think it's funny, like, just hear me out, that I've been posting content about living in China, because before this, I lived in Shanghai, I lived in Beijing, I go to Suzhou all the time. Literally all my content is about living in China or Chinese language or whatever. And some of you were so mean, like haters, like all about China sucks, China this, China that, we hate China, blah, 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 and saying some other horrendous, really horrific, mean stuff. So mean, in fact, that I actually had to filter comments. I couldn't even have China and government or China, people calling me a Wumao, all this shit. Not all of you. Some of you are amazing, and that is why I've stayed on TikTok, because I love my community here. I just think it's funny how some of you were so mean, and then the second TikTok got banned, y'all went over to Red Note. You guys are all on 小红书. 有点生气. I'm mad, a little bit. And you know what? No hate from me, because I'm actually really happy to spread the love and spread the love of China. Chinese social media. I always welcome people. Come to China or learn Chinese or see what's going on. So, 对，很高效啊，我觉得现在很高效. Okay, 我别生气，不生气. 放松，放松. I'm good. I'm just saying, guys, what a turn of events. Can't believe it.
And moving to China was one of the worst things I have ever done in my life. In my life. Like, look at this. Huge living room. View of the highway. View of beautiful nature. Mountains back there. Look at this. And just look at the kitchen. Look how big the kitchen is. The kitchen is huge. Like, what? And we just bought this refrigerator for only like $240. Somewhere around there. Amazingly beautiful refrigerator with a freezer at the bottom. And this place is like 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's one of the worst decisions that we could have ever made. Horrible decision, don't do it. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm totally kidding. You should definitely consider moving abroad.
I live in China, and I usually share a lot about what I really like about living here, but I want to keep it real with you guys and also share some things that I don't like so much about living here. Before I share those things, I just want to say no country is perfect. Everywhere has its faults, and the things I'm about to share are such a small trade-off for living in this beautiful country. So this is not out of place of hate, just my experience. Okay, the very first thing is the smoking. Smoking's very normal here. And it's not just so much on the street, but sometimes if you go out to a bar or even some restaurants, people will just be smoking cigarettes inside. And I was not used to this, and the smell kind of makes me nauseous. And people say, well, you can just tell them to stop smoking, but as a foreigner here, I'm very much a guest, so I don't really want to be the person to say, stop smoking, I don't like that. Okay, the second thing is the spitting here. There's a lot of spitting that happens on the street, and I'm almost wondering if this is a result of all of the smoking and then maybe also the history of air pollution. It is a lot of the older generation that does the spitting. I see not so much the younger, but it is kind of shocking. You'll just be on the street and you hear this before you see it, just kind of the sound of somebody spitting is a little bit jarring to me. And the last thing, I've noticed that in elevators and subway cars, if you're trying to get out, everybody is trying to rush in at the same time. So it feels a little chaotic. It's kind of like you just have to embrace the chaos and go your own way. With that being said, there are so many things I love about living here. You can check out any of my other videos. I just wanted to share, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in any place in the world. Everywhere has something you might not like about it. And those 3 things are pretty small to me.
China, y'all. Do it. It is so fun here. It's so amazing. My family and I, we just moved. We've been here 1 week. Best decision we've ever made. So many of my worries and cares that I had in the US just gone overnight. It is just so fun here. Every day feels like an adventure. We just pick a random street, go check it out. Restaurants, new restaurants with delicious food. There's a mall, it seems like, on every corner. And it is so safe. Now, that's not to say there's not some drawbacks, but they are far outweighed by the positives. Good food, nice people, adventure, fun, novelty. I love it. I'm teaching English. That's probably the easiest way. There's other ways, but that's what I did. On a teacher's salary here in America as a foreigner, we can live very comfortably. Our apartment is like $450 a month, and food costs next to nothing a lot of these places. And I love that my son can learn Chinese. I'm trying to learn Chinese. It feels like I'm living life rather than life just living me, rather than just getting stuck in the same rut, doing everything everyone else does around you. And I just love that. I love that.
Okay, anyways, those are all the clips I have for you guys. So let's talk and let's educate ourselves. There is no single country out there that do not have their disadvantages and advantage. And I believe that even this same China will be having their own disadvantage. But it is fascinating. It is good to see Americans come to showcase that they are finding new homes in China, why people need to move to China, why Americans need to look out for job in China. And if you check most of their reasons that they are actually giving in these particular clips that I've rolled out for you guys, me and you will be able to tell that what they are saying is 70% correct, because this is due. Why I said 70% correct is because this is due to their own experience. There are other people that can actually move to China and tell you that they are not finding it okay with China. They do not even want they even want to leave China. They will not even advise any single person to move to China. But with the look of things and everything that is happening recently in America, do you think that these people do not enjoy their stay? They are really enjoying it, because let's start from the apartments. You can see how huge the apartment is. Some of the apartments going for $1,000 a month. Some of the apartments going for 500, some 200, and most of the apartments are well-furnished apartments and big compared to the US apartment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that is a little bit big advantage for a lot of them that will be moving with their families, they'll be moving with their spouse, or a lot of them that are more comfortable in a very big apartment, because there are some persons that will tell you that they don't care no matter how small apartment is. For someone like me, I am very, very more comfortable when my apartment is big. But anyways, that's number one. Then the second thing that we should look into, cost of living. They've been able to prove to us as well in this particular video that cost of living is really, really low. Cost of living is not as high and as ridiculous as the US, where you literally need to work and put them back into the feed, or you literally need to work and then send the money out as tax or any other thing back to the US system. So when we compare, or when they compare the cost of living between the US and then China, they feel like China is more comfortable, China is more life breathing, China is more good for you to stay as an American citizen. Now let's talk about another thing again they actually talked about, which is work flow and how much they pay. In some of the clips I play, you can hear that some of them pay as high as $3,000, $4,000 to even $5,000 in a month. Not like the US system do not pay more than that or less than that. They do pay, but the difference is as you're getting your paycheck on the US system, you are putting it back to paycheck, and most people even end up taking up credit card and so on and so forth. But these Chinas have been able to prove to us that you're not going to be putting every single thing into the tax. As you're making your money, you're getting paid, you are enjoying what it means to get paid every single month. And that is why you can see one of the guys actually explaining even the work. They have to ask you if you have family, if it's work that is bringing you, if you have family, if you have this, if you have that, so that they can be able to know the kind of apartments they are going to be giving you. In saying all of this, if you compare most of the things they are saying with what is currently happening in the US right now, how people can ridiculously not being able to afford food, how they cannot afford rent, how they live paycheck to paycheck, how they keep collecting credit loans, student loan, and so on and so forth, China is now the best option that a lot of Americans, be it whites or black Americans, are actually finding refuge in, are actually finding peace in. Okay? And what I will say in this video is every single country have their own disadvantage and advantage. In as much as they are bringing this, there are still other people that will still complain. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. With all of these videos clip that you'll be able to see, will you be able to move to China if you're given the opportunity? Will you be leaving US for China? I really want to get your opinion in the comment section. Do you think what these people are saying, they are not correct? They are just saying it because they just want to say it? Do you think life in China is 100% better? As someone that is watching this video and is living in China, Please let us know what you think in the comment section. We really love to get your thoughts. This video is just for educational purpose, not to come here bash anyone, not to make anyone feel not okay, not to make anybody feel that their country is not doing well. Every single country is doing well, but this is literally Americans finding homes in China, finding new life in China, finding to breathe good air in China, according to what they actually said. Anyways, credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in today's episode. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And guys, with no further ado, I do add the in my videos. I'm going to be Simba, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.